Hello, everyone. This is Coach Clayton, and this is the Women's Empowerment Interviews episode. And today we have a lovely guest. We have Candice Gilligan. Hi, Candice. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Good. I just want to say that it's so very nice to meet you, and thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah, my whole my idea was to start a video podcast, mainly for women, to touch other women's lives that are going through things, and invite women on to share how they're feeling, the obstacles that they've gone through, just share their journey with other women. So welcome, Candice.
Thank you. And found myself homeless again. So I went to the local homeless shelter, the YWCA, and I was there for like a couple months, and then I saved up some money so I could go to get another apartment, which I was there for another year. So, and then I went to an apartment complex to live with my brother, and we've been fine. And then we moved to this house 5 years ago. So it's been a journey. Yeah. So we've been like this beautiful house now. We're excited.
I have a question for you. I know that you said that there were a few times that you were homeless and you had to overcome that obstacle. If there's a woman out there right now that is homeless, what would you say to her to keep her going, to let her know that there is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel?
Oh, definitely. Honestly, try to get like the emergency broadband benefits for the free internet and the free phones to help them out. So like, 'cause I have Straight Talk right now, which is free calling and texting. And I have 60 gigabytes of data and 10 gigabytes of hotspot for as far as the phone. You might have to buy the phone, but that's about it, the price of the phone. Just keep applying, just keep reaching out to agencies. Like I said, I went to the YWCA. There's a lot of agencies. Just keep on going, don't stop, just keep going. That's what I did. And right now I'm working on a couple master degrees for entrepreneurship and gaming innovation. It took me a while because I worked on 5 different master programs to finally figure out what I wanted. Because I went from my being in cultural anthropology and archaeology to a whole different subject. So girl, just keep going, there's hope, you just gotta keep plugging away, don't stop. Follow your dream. And that's, like I said, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. And now that I'm working on my master's, I'm hoping to get my PhD soon here in the next 2-3 years. Yeah.
And what are you getting your master's in? What are you getting your master's in again?
Entrepreneurship and gaming innovation. Yeah. So it's a dual concentration. So I'm really excited.
Very good. Very good. You really overcome a lot, Candice. Now, you do have your business, correct? You do have like an online. Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, when I was going through the master's degree of science in entrepreneurship and gaming and innovation, so because I tried a different couple classes, and they kind of like guided me through the entrepreneurship part of it, like how to start a business, how to get a following, how to just everything. And that I go to University of Advancing Technology, so that's was like the best program for me besides going to Harvard for a couple classes. But yes, I started Gilligan Products LLC. I got my tax ID. And like I went through a couple websites trying to figure out what I wanted and the fees and everything. So I finally found this one, which is on Threadless. So it's Gilligan Products LLC.threadless.com. And it has my own logo that I had made my cartoon
Nice.
logo. That's me. The makeup with the electronics. I wanted to make sure I had electronics in there. But it has my apparel and my home decor. So it has a lot of different accessories as well, like phone cases, pillows, blankets, like I said, shirts, hoodies. So there's a little bit of everything. So I'm really excited. I just launched within the past month. So I'm excited that it's in there. So I'm hoping to get customers as much as I can.
Nice.
So yeah. So like the past 6 months, I want to say it really took off for me as far as being an actress. I was on Hulu's Woke, just as a background actress. I've done a couple of faith-based movies and also a horror flick. Singing, I went to Atlanta and performed for the first time. And I wrote my own songs. You can find them on SoundCloud under my name. I've been a brand ambassador for major gaming companies such as Nintendo, Sony PlayStation VR, Oculus. I was a brand ambassador doing food. So I mean, it's just been a journey, like self-discovery. It's been fun, like learning and discovering what I'm gaining background and learning so much knowledge and actually doing the job.
Okay. Wow, you have a lot going on. I noticed that you mentioned self-reflection. So do you take the time out? You have a lot going on, it sounds like. Do you take the time out, and you mentioned the planner and things like that. So do you take the time out to evaluate like your monthly goals, your yearly goals? Like, how do you manage that when you have so much going on as far as goal setting?
Yeah, well, like with the planner, I apply to a lot of different things. So I have my planner, like to set dates and whatnot, and then my journal if I have ideas, to extend that. It kind of helps me plan for the day what I'm doing for the day. So I am a mentally disabled person. I've been clinically disabled for the past 4.5, 5 years as well. July 2015 is when I was, or sorry, 2017 is when I was diagnosed with schizophrenia, anxiety, depression, insomnia, but later on I got seizures as well.
Oh gosh. Sorry to hear that. How do you manage that? How do you manage that, especially
counseling and medication. Gotta take my med, consistently to help me out. My mom kind of helps me, remind me. I get so distracted because of all my projects for the day. I'm just I go and join different groups on Facebook, and they help me out too. It's been very therapeutic just to kind of keep busy, but know when to take a break.
It really is. It really is, because at times if it's we're doing too much, it's so easy to get burnt out.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Unpacking, when you said that you're mentally disabled and you do take your meds consistently and things like that, what would you say to someone that may know that something is that they need to deal with something mentally, but they're afraid. They're afraid to reach out. They're afraid to even admit that they have issues, mental things that they have to deal with. What would you say to them?
Definitely go to a mental health clinic. And I had to go to a neurologist as well to find out. It's like my seizures, I mean, I felt them. I didn't know what they were. So I had to get like a brainwave test, and that is like for I say a year and a half before I got diagnosed, I didn't want to admit the problem at all that I had that stuff.
Yeah.
I was so, like you said, I mean, I was totally afraid. I'm like, oh, I'm just crazy. The voices are loud. I mean, I was seeing things that nobody else sees, and
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do about it. And I was living with my brother. He kind of tried to help me with stuff, and I had my job, a regular job, doing my brand ambassadoring, but my energy level went down so bad physically. So I was worn down every second, you know, they're in my head. There's multiple. That's what really got me. So I confided in my mom and my brother.
Good.
And when we all lived together and moved into this house, because we moved in here in March of 2017. So in July, I finally had to go to the hospital because it felt strange and everything. So I called the ambulance, because the whole day I just felt so strange. And I was like feeling like somebody was like in my body pedaling, controlling me, kind of like when they're driving me around. So I just broke down and just did it. So with my mom and my brother, and I'm not like yelling at the voices or whatever, just they're just like, don't worry about it. I told them, well, then just shut the door. You let me, yell at them or whatever. I'm not grading. So I totally say go to a counseling, because they're supposed to be confidential anyways. And
Yes,
just
they
kind of
are.
confide. Right.
That's
Right.
true.
So, even if it's just a, evaluation or just somebody to talk to, and or you want friends, some groups, they have some groups for schizophrenia, and they kind of help out too if you want some advice or who to talk to or what agencies can help you. And that's what I did. I finally just said, you know what? After that, when I physically wore down. I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't really talk. It was just the weirdest experience because I was like up in Akron for a little bit. I'm from Canton right now, but the whole day just I couldn't do anything, and I was scared and it freaked me out. And I mean, after a year and a half, and then with my mom, my brother for like 4 months, I finally just broke down. And ever since then, they understand my mental illness. It wasn't something I chose. It just happened to me, like out of nowhere. It felt like I got hit and run to begin with. Like somebody just hit me with it. I didn't know I had it. Didn't know I should have had it reported. But I've been trying to, let it out. And I put it on Facebook, and people have been responsive and helping me and to recover. And then I just dived myself right into projects. So that kind of helped distract me. I mean, there's voices are still there, but I can't physically drive because they're in my head all the time. I got a couple accidents, so it's another obstacle I had to come. But there is the bus, or my mom can take me wherever or whatever. I can get a ride, or Uber, whatever, Lyft, whatever. So that's been helping me a lot too, because I don't really drive that much to begin with anyways. So.
How relieved are you now to be able to be free with how you're feeling, especially with your family, to be able to say, this is how I'm feeling, and keep it open? Isn't it such a relief now?
Yes, it's a big relief. I finally let it out that I had this situation going on, because they didn't see nothing. They don't hear nothing. They don't hear what I'm hearing. They don't see what I'm seeing. Nothing. Thankfully the visions are gone, but I still hear stuff. And it can be really scary, but I'm glad I could confide in them, and it helped me talk to like my dad's side, because they've been divorced for a while, but like since I was 5. I'm 38 now, but so it's good to talk to my dad, and like he said I never disappointed him, that he understands, because I have an uncle who is paranoid schizophrenic as well. So we don't totally act the same because I'm not totally paranoid, but I'm aware they're there. But I've dealt with them. I understand. I mean, just until they go away or whatever. Apparently, it's not going. It went away for like 3-4 months, but then back full force. So it was like, what did I do different? You know, what did nothing. You know, it just happens. So just gotta.
Candice, all I can say is you are so brave to be able to acknowledge it, to be able to actually seek help that you need. And just hearing your story, I know that there are so many women out there that's going to listen to this and they're going to resonate with it. And they're going to say, it's okay for me to, reach out and let someone know that this is how I'm feeling. So thank you so much for that, Candice, and letting us know about that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Candice, where can we find you online?
Oh, okay. Well, all my social media, I'm under Glacia 2002, GLACIA 2002. Facebook, I'm under Candor or Clayton, but they can just find me. Just put my name down, Candice Gilligan. It's the easiest way. But yeah, all my hashtags are my handles for my social media is Glacia 2002.
Okay. Okay. I'll definitely put that in the description when I edit, after I edit the video and everything. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One other question for you. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss that I haven't asked you?
Well, I do have plans. If I do get QEC, I want there to be, at least a couple years. And so I want to go on an all around the world cruise. So I found one for like 120 days and then finally like up to 200 days. So I want to save up my money and go traveling for once. Get because I started being an archaeologist, cultural anthropologist. That's what my dream job to begin with was for my journey in my school. That's what my associates was hospitality, travel, and tourism, and my bachelor's in cultural anthropology. And of course, that's what I'm working on for my master's. But yeah, I'm so excited. That's my goal in the next 2 years.
So if you do that, as soon as you do that, right, you complete it and you get settled, can you please come back on and let us know how it went? I can't wait to hear about that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad she invited back and I'm so excited. And thank you for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to say that I really enjoyed this interview, Candice, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to meet with me. And I just know that you're going to touch so many women's lives with your story. So thanks again, Candice.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to hear my story, and I'm glad you're here to help me share that and reach out to some people and then have them reach out to me. And I'm just we're a lot of good blessings. This is the year. We're doing it. We're gonna do it.
That's right.
Hey everyone, this is Coach Clayton, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Women Empowering Women. Please don't forget to subscribe or follow me for more interesting interviews and life advice tips.